And the door is installed. Looks pretty good. Once the two windows are on either side of it, it'll all be cedar, just like the bottom and the apex as well. But putting the door in, bit of a job. I had to remove the trim that came with the door to make it fit. It was just like not even a 1/4 inch too small with the trim. But as it turns out, then I was able to reuse some of these pieces here, all around it to make the trim. And they'll weather to be just like this. So that's what they'll look like eventually. But it takes a lot getting that door in and making sure that it's properly seated in the opening, making sure there's no gaps. Have to do a lot with the sill, and of course did a lot of the did all the waterproofing before, and you can see some of the tape out here. The inside, there's lots of tape around the rim. So we got my screws in there to keep it tight. And if you can see, there's like shims. I put a bunch of shims in, right? A whole bunch of shims, and the stuff in between is caulk. Just a tiny gap, really tiny gap. Not enough to need to insulate. Caulk that it's also taped over the outside, so but it looks really good. Sounds nice and solid. So this. Yeah. I had to fuss with a few things like the sill, that black piece down here needed to be raised up a little because there's a bit of a gap under the door, and I wanted to make it a little bit stronger in here, so I replaced the screws that it came with longer screws for the plate. And let's see what else. Well, this stuff, you see all these things, the bit of the shims that sticks out, I'll be trimming it off, but all this is going to be covered by trim on the inside, so you won't see any of that stuff anyway. But I'm happy it's done. The big test is, will it keep out water and will it keep out bugs? I think it should keep out both. But we made the mistake, maybe a month ago, of putting a little ant trap right in that corner. And it came in and it killed the ones that came in and ate it, but all the other ones found their trails and thought that this was the best place to gather, so they've been coming in and hanging around, even though we took out the bait a long time ago. And so, nice test will be whether we see any ants hanging around in here. That will tell me that they're getting through here, because this is the only other place they could have gotten through before. They can't now. So, okay, next comes a window here and a window here.